A friend of mine has asked me to make her daughter a Nimbus 2000 broomstick from the Harry Potter series. Now to start off with, because the broomstick of the Nimbus 2000 isn't exactly straight, it's kind of got a bit of a curve in it, we're going to take apart this piece of wood here and try and cut the shape out of this. Before we can do that, we're going to have to get rid of these rusty old bolts. I figured the easiest way is to cut them out, so I think I'm going to go use the angle grinder. Okay, now that we've used the angle grinder to get rid of all the bolts and the pieces of wood that are attached to this, we've got to figure out where to trace the broomstick shape of the Nimbus 2000 and try and avoid these holes. Then we'll get the jigsaw and cut it out. So we've cut out our piece of wood with the jigsaw. The next step is to turn what is square after you do the jigsaw cut into a curved kind of dowel-like thing. I tried a bunch of different ways to do this, including knives, kind of shearing it off and whatnot, whittling it down, but it's so big, there's so much to take off, that the easiest and quickest way I found to do this with the tools that I have. If you had a bandsaw, it's probably pretty easy to do it on the bandsaw, I presume. But the quickest and easiest way I found of doing it was using my angle grinder with a sanding bit on it. It's like a flat sander disc on the angle grinder. It's really loud, creates an awful lot of dust because all the wood that comes off is just converted into dust. So I'm outside, I've got my respirator and my goggles and Build the Wren inspired workshop hoodie. I'm gonna clamp this down to the table here and then angle grind away the edges and make it nice and curved. Alright, so I've finished using the grinder to grind out the shape of the broom and I'm pretty impressed how it came out with. It's pretty easy to do. Just took a long time and created a lot of dust. As you see, them covered in dust. The next thing to do is to take a broom. Now I got this broom, it's the only one I could find. It's got a flat thing to it. The Nimbus 2000 has a round brush bit to it. So I got to unpick this string here that's sewed it together and then try and reshape it to round. I'm going to try just putting some elastic bands around the end there and then soak it in water and then letting it dry and hopefully it will keep the shape. I've used a elastic band to kind of reshape it into the rough shape that we need. Now I'm going to soak it in some water and maybe some white glue, just something to try and help it hold its shape. Some PVA. Can't pull up my sleeve. There it is. There's my elastic band. There we go, some elastic bands to hold the shape. And we let it dry. Right, so we've cut out the Nimbus 2000 broom handle and given it a nice little bit of a stain there. Looking good. And I've drilled a hole in. Unfortunately, it broke a little bit, but that's okay. We are going to glue that all back together with some epoxy. I've also chopped the end off the broom now that I have it nice and shaped properly. So, let's take off these elastic bands and hope that it stays shaped. It should do. Yeah, that's nice. I might trim these later with some scissors. Give it a bit of a haircut, but that's okay. It's good shape. So the plan is some epoxy and then get the broom the right way up. That goes in there. And there we have it. Just transfer these.
finished. That way up. Nimbus 2000. I'm gonna start over again. Nodding at me. What's this? Yeah, let's start over. Alright, so here we are. Finished. The Nimbus 2000 or 2001. I don't know yet. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, considering this was carved out of a solid piece of just scrap wood that was about to be thrown away anyway. So yeah, I'm happy with how it turned out. It looks pretty good. Hopefully my friend's daughter likes it as well. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video.